There you go.
Food.
So there you go.
Misery loves company.
At least I get paid. No,
Misery loves
paid in.
company.
No, you know what? All fun, good.
Anyone there? Joe? Joe, are you there? Oh, hello. You're muted.
You know, I was sitting here by myself.
No.
No, Suzanne and Deborah are here.
Oh,
Daddy
great.
phoned to say she can't get you.
Shame.
And yeah, and this weather,
Oh, no. It's bad weather.
enough to put anybody off going anywhere.
Mm.
Um,
Everything.
breathing.
How's your mom?
Second. He's so funny. Yeah, Baruch Hashem, she didn't answer me this morning, so she's obviously gone out somewhere.
Mm.
Taylor's Flying Start coffee bags. Oh, may as well try those ones. Things people ask for. I offered to bring something to Poland for one of the guys coming from Israel. And I always find it fascinating the things that different people ask for.
Mm.
Like, I'm just going to get my coffee and bring them in.
Hey.
It's amazing. It's so cute. I wouldn't mind one of those if I could sit and chill out in the water. Can I do that? Yeah. It's lovely. It's all warm and lovely. But did you go in the pool with them? No, Sarah went in the pool, but she just said she was impressed with it. She likes to watch. But I just with the photograph. But the first of everything, the first of
That is what's up.
all.
Oh, and Sandy, good morning. Does anybody
Good
want
morning.
halva pecan, coconut pecan, or a chocolate covered? Huh? Israel. Yes, if anybody wants, help themselves. Those are Mazonas and those are bread creates that's coconut. They're actually right. They are from there. Oh, those are from here. Yeah. My friend Miriam sent me a present for our 40th anniversary, a box of these things. Yeah. So she's the note just says, I'm so happy that I was actually able to do something for you before, like without, you know, because I always send her birthday presents and this and all sorts of things. And then I'm thinking, yeah, my mother sent it. My mother got the sticker. You can have them printed. They look at our 40th anniversary label. I think my Rocham is. I do.
I love you.
Anyway, it says, what does it say? 40 years, Joanne and Jonathan. Happy anniversary. lots
That's
of love.
gorgeous.
A beautiful bottle, and my Rochama knows how to make everything look stunning, so it looks like a beautiful thing. And my mother gets away with a cheap present, so there you go. Okay. Oh, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a day. No. Yeah, probably, or maybe 8, because the nuts are in, but just make sure I call it. You found because the outside's all charcoal.
Oh, it's
Okay,
delicious.
they are delicious. Sadly. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start today. Natalie Pierce.
Oh my God.
Okay, who's there? Who's making coffee? Oh my God. Now this is from my friend in the old city. And anyway, I think all these things are not, I don't know where they're made.
Then you guys get 10% off.
Where in the old way.
The nutcases and whatever.
I do they?
Yeah.
No, cute.
And I say to her, how do they know you're selling?
They know. Believe me, you just look at them, they look like them girls.
Show. And like she had to wear whatever she had to wear, but she still had to wear her stem skirt.
Yeah, and everything.
And what's the thing about a collar? Because the Rebbetzens who teach.
Yeah, I don't wear a
So
collar.
what? No, but why did? Yeah, but I asked. I said, does every Rebbetzen who come in wear a collar? And this is just because it's a dress, because I like it. It's nothing to do with. Why do the girls have to wear collars? Why is that more difficult than? I'm asking. What is it?
Well, it's a
collars?
shirt more than these tight tops.
Less casual.
It's
No,
smart.
even if they wear jumpers, they have to wear a collar underneath.
Yeah, I
Shirt
don't know.
underneath.
You could just buy a collar. Send it
No,
to
You
no.
can. You can get
top.
tops underneath little collars.
She's got the collars.
Yeah, the
all
collars.
girls wear
Yeah,
collars.
they all wear the
Especially if
collars.
it's top guys got collars, you know, high girls would do that.
Who came in? Just said the boy is going to get some.
What are we making for this meal?
I had to, I didn't know. Apparently it's like a real good thing, so how are we going to eat it tonight myself?
Which rows did they shut? Oh, yeah, because there's probably some dignitary. You never know who's driving past. You can wave to Kate or William, I don't know. Anyway, every day is a heavy day at the moment. But today was a very heavy day. No, the Levi is over. What is insane was that somebody sent me yesterday, and I wish I knew which group, whatever it was, and I should just straight away send them and save them, was this picture that was drawn by this famous artist in the 30s of a mother with her 2 gingy children, and in the 40s they were murdered in the gas chambers.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
And
There was some, yeah.
and as Ivor Pearl said to me on Friday, here we go again. And I'm saying, we can't talk like that, we can't think like that, we can't be like that.
Why can't we?
Because, you know what, every time's a different stage and each thing's bringing us closer. Here we go again, we're living in it. Davina Jackson, anybody know Davina Jackson was punched in her face yesterday in Golders Green. Yes, Davina.
Huh?
No, skinny one, little one, the artist. Yeah, she got a cut on her face, nose bleeding, in Golders Green. No, she stopped and told a woman to stop pulling posters off the wall, and she punched her.
And then she called the police, or?
Yes, CST police, they've got, this woman's closed her. Yeah, she's closed her. She's a young, I don't know. Yeah.
Apparently in LA as well.
Did you see, no, that LA one is just hideous. Because people videoed it and all sat in their cars and watched.
Yeah,
they all sat in their cars and watched.
Jews.
What do you mean?
Or Jews watching.
I don't know, but whoever the people.
Yeah, nobody helped him.
Nobody
helped.
did. They all
Nobody helped.
the car, and there's whole, like, literally swarms of these. Hello. Yeah, good, how are you?
The mother and the two babies been taken, it was on video.
Yeah.
One that hit me, they all hit me most, but in Germany, there were individuals, there were some who tried to need help. Here,
Nobody,
there's not one.
not one. But in LA, nobody helped either. Do you want to just push it close?
Maybe they were shocked and just took a video. And the video's good, but I mean, maybe
Yeah,
they
but
were
you
just
don't leave
shocked.
one boy. You don't leave. Nobody leaves one boy. You shout out the window. You get out. You call the police. Somebody. There's some bigger person that gets out and says, "Just get away, you hooligans, whatever." Something. No, nothing.
Absolutely
This kid was lying on the floor, being
nothing.
kicked and beaten, and they're riding on their bikes and coming around and riding off. And then these smug little pieces of rubbish, right? Smug little pieces of rubbish drive off. Drive off.
One little boy on their own.
And one little boy on their own. They're scared. They're not going to pick up on you like big person.
I mean, that wasn't an anti-Semitism thing.
Did they? No, didn't.
It wasn't Arab.
Wasn't even Arab
It was totally
anti-Semitism.
not related to
So what was
Jewish
it?
It was terrible, whatever it was, but it wasn't an
You
anti-Semitism.
serious?
He had to get down his head on that.
Oh, there you go.
He
Denise
posted
has
it.
just clarified that.
That's what somebody
Well,
else
I
said.
don't
No,
know,
I
but
don't
I'm
know.
shocked.
Somebody posted after.
Well, how
None of
come
us
they
know.
said it?
There we go.
Why did they say it was a Jewish boy then, if it
Because
wasn't
I don't believe that.
anti-Semitic?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either.
I think it's just to get people not to be scared. I think they're just trying to make people not scared.
I went to the thing with the
Mm.
last night.
Yeah.
I went last
Did you go?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I
No,
literally
but I
forgot.
don't usually do.
I literally
I
forgot.
was teaching.
But their microphones were dreadful.
At the beginning, then it finally got.
So who
I
spoke?
went,
Who spoke?
Gideon Porter spoke,
Yeah.
and then David Collins,
What did you say?
just about how that they don't investigate and
He's
like,
like
who found out about it. And he said it took him with no resources, it took him 3 hours to uncover that. They've got no excuse to say they couldn't check their sources. Because they've got.
no one from the BBC came out to try
Did
and-
anybody?
They're all sitting in the canteen having their dinner. You could see them
Yeah,
in
I
your
was just
car.
thinking someone should have
No,
come
well,
out.
you could see a few people like coyly looking out the window. And I'm sure someone must have videoed
Look,
it.
reality.
Because
He
Gideon
spoke.
would have connections.
It was
with
Gideon,
BBC.
there was David Collier, then Jake Marlowe's father spoke, Michael Marlowe, Jake Marlowe, who was the security guard at Rainbow, his dad spoke, and Josh Howie, who's a radio comedian guy, Jewish back. He was very passionate, but there was a guy next to me, he got interviewed by the Campaign for Anti-Semitism for their website. This guy was unbelievable. This guy just came out with stuff. He should have been on the stage. He was phenomenal. How he got it all out, he just got it out. He just thumbed
Who's
it all
he?
out. This guy standing next to me, going, "Would you
Oh.
mind being interviewed for their website?" And he was just amazingly
Do they know
articulate.
who?
Yeah, just someone that was there. I mean, just to.
Do you remember when
to
October
speak like
7th
that.
first happened? There was Gideon organising a
Can you
event
both hear?
for the BBC. Do you remember that? Did you go to that? Inside the BBC, and they came to try to just. It was actually.
That's horrendous.
It was in town, in one of the big shows in town.
People have left the BBC since October. A lot of
Mhm,
these big Jewish
mhm,
whips have left.
mhm.
Because
What's his name?
they're
Right.
all-
Danny.
Leaving doesn't help us. We're better off in there than
You
out.
can't do anything inside. You ask John Webb. Ask John Webb. You can't do anything. That's Wendy's husband. You can't do anything. They-
Has anybody got a connection with ITV?
Anybody connected to RTV? Huh? I know. How stunning.
Oh,
I've got to change the water again.
what do people think? Like, what do you normally blame?
So I said something, and I happened to say something. They announced that there's someone shouted out, and all the non-Jews that support you. A couple of people said that, and there were some women sort of giving out leaflets. I weren't sure if they were a bit Jew for Jesus, but I don't think they were. They were just like very from Christians. And this woman gave me this thing, and I said, "Thank you so much." She said, "Don't thank me," she said. It's the right thing it's the right thing we should all be doing. She said, because you're only the first. They'll come for all of us in the end. And it was just a bit refreshing. They were quite funny because they had their shopping trolleys with all these leaflets.
Now, let me
I
tell
don't think
you,
it was very well attended.
No.
how many people were
Well,
there?
the paper said 100, but it was definitely not more than 100. I reckon maybe 500 or 600 people. But it was, and also I felt, I know I'm wrong, I felt it wasn't very well represented by them. Majority
Our
of it
biggest
was-
problem,
Yeah, the
honestly,
young people- I mean, like Jake was
honestly,
like-
sorry,
Jake
it's
was at home,
everything.
he actually
It's everything.
came back from
I'll tell
uni
you,
to go
I'll tell you,
somewhere.
I'll tell you something
I went
really
to
interesting.
company.
I'm finding, I think everything's badly attended by young people.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think that the young
You
people
just
are,
entitled it, so I don't think just people-
yeah, well, I just don't know if they, you know, it's like, how do we, it used to be, I think, I don't know, but I feel like, I feel like they feel that they're on the platforms and that's where they have their thing. But you don't see young people running out and hanging up posters. It's all the like over 40s.
Yeah.
You know,
It's their parents.
and
basically.
it's
That
and
parents'
it's a
generation.
very challenging. I think one of our challenges in the world today is actually, you know, you see it through Torah learning. You know, who are the young people that are really coming out there and want to connect? People are, you'll have people, you know, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, when people went and they made a decision, they went on a Torah class and they learned, they said, okay, you know what, actually, this is the way to learn my life. And we'll, you know, we'll start keeping Shabbos and we'll start doing this and slowly. And well, now you need 5 years of teaching people until they make any kind of move and commitment towards the Yiddishkeit. It's like learning and seminars and programming. And it's like even the young engaged, young marrieds, young people with young children, they go to Jewish schools because the Jewish schools are free and they're good schools. They have cut out Jewish learning from Jewish schools. Look at JFS. How many hours of Torah learning, Jewish studies do they have a year? You know, Rosh Pina. No, you can't say that because Ma, I'm in a class. I'll call you when I'm finished. Everything okay?
Optional.
What's optional? Wait.
Haven't they introduced it as optional?
Could be. But there's that you mean that they can go to. But if you look at numbers and things and where it's very, very, very low.
In fairness,
And-
when they used to do that separate class of the more from children, that wasn't helpful because all they did was bung the children together that were from or more from,
Well, look,
and they didn't teach it to anyone else. And actually, the people they should have been teaching it to
But
wasn't
but-
the
but-
more
but-
from
but-
ones. It should have been.
but
across
even
the
now,
board.
even
And
less
then
so.
they sit my daughter
Even
like
less so.
that.
No, seriously, even less so. No, it's ridiculous because
ridiculous.
it's a big challenge wherever we are, but it's also the people of the time. And we also have to see that there's, you know, our challenges. Like when we look now, you know, I looked, Argentina, you know, Argentina,
Yeah, it's amazing.
you know, it's just amazing. What's the, you know, it's huge that is huge. You can actually,
Do you not think though, some of these problems is the more from school do not really speak about.
so I want to tell you something.
Yeah,
And so I want to tell you something. I want to tell you my feeling. So my idea,
But it's not
Sarah,
a fish situation.
you should have been with me at my
Because
bat mitzvah program with
it's very-
Karen Dawn. You should have come with me. I want to bring it here, but like I've got to see if I can do a few things. But like straight on the Purim, and I have to book you. Are you away? When you're away? Okay, so we'll be here
I don't
now.
even know when I'm.
Anything my children do.
You haven't found a house yet?
No one, it wasn't his.
So,
it was me, it
let's-
wasn't
let's-
how
Going
the
through.
people-
Okay, so I'm going to say, listen, let me tell you, we have to, so one of the things that we do have to do is let's focus on what we're able to do and not what we're not able to do. And realistically, we're living in a place now on this month, okay, is actually a month. Everything that we see, you know, it all has a place for us in understanding where we are in the cycle of the energy, of the year, of the time, of everything. Now, we have no idea, you know, do you know Natalie Pierce, right? I think that you should know Natalie Pierce. What was Natalie Wolf? The father had, yes, so he died this morning.
His cousin, my mum's just.
I don't know why I felt that I think that you should know David Wolf.
I'm his daughter.
So Natalie, yes, that's right. So Natalie,
Very good friends of my parents.
okay, so Natalie was a student with us in Lee,
Natalie must be the other daughter.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
and she married by a man, David von Eisen, David Pierce, David's father, making the lineage, and I'm not sure of whether it was the Vilmagon or whoever it was, he has it on a paper. His mom's a Vilmagon. So when he asked Natalie out, Natalie came to us. She heard that maybe, I said, David, we just made one phone call to Leeds, to Rabbi Rebbetzen, and anyway, long and the short of it, that he started going to conversion, and when we came here to London, he literally finished the Sukkot just before Sukkot. Was literally a few days before Sukkot, the year that we moved to London. And then they phoned us and said, what are your children doing? What are you all doing? I think it was the 30th of October, November, I can't actually remember, but I've got it somewhere. So I don't know who makes plans that far in advance. Well, we want all the kids to be in our retinue. And Maya was like this, curly hair. And they sent the seamstress down to measure them. And they had the most stunning green velvet with green taffeta made for them. And their wedding invitation had like material puffing on it. It was just like, you know, and it was like, yeah, and then they came for Sheva brachas. Yeah, we made them lunchtime Sheva brachas. Yeah, and Natalie actually had cancer herself a few years
That's
ago.
what my mum just said. I literally just got off the phone. She was telling me the whole story.
Yeah, and they flew out. So we've been in touch. She messaged me to say that they
Very
passed
sad.
away.
He just passed away.
Well, do you know what, Baruch Hashem? He had a very, very, very severe stroke. I don't know if anybody remembers Ruth Herman, but her father had a stroke that they actually also planned to have a petition to live for 10 years in very challenging. But it was amazing. I don't know. You know what? We have no clue. We have absolutely no clue. So I just want you to know that we have no clue. Literally no clue. So what we have here is that Hashem is saying to us, look at what's going on. I'm going to Poland on Sunday. I said I wasn't going to Poland again, but this is really my last time. This is really my last time.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's my last time on. It's my last time on this program, and I think that the thing that actually made me go was really again to just go for our survivors. I think one of the hard things, even for survivors, is that they kind of like a second seat now because there's something else that's coming. And more than that, I think that we have to recognize not what, you know, all the good. There was the things that happened and that were in Poland, but that we've got to say to ourselves as well. And I think that this really is part of the lesson: is we were in Poland, we were in Spain, we were wherever we were, and we're not there anymore. And on one place, the writing's totally just like on the wall and saying, all right, this is our time. This is the time to be prepared. Even if you're not packing your bags, be prepared. I actually made a phone call to this place building new apartments. I was like, oh my gosh, really that much? And then when she told me, it put me off because the top 3 floors are one private penthouse with a swimming pool. I thought, who wants to live in an apartment like somewhere there? And then you've got these people with 3 floors and a swimming pool at the top. And then, you know, they're not going to want you coming swimming in there. Anyway, it was just, you know, your headspace works where you look around and you go into Israel and the country is literally living in trauma. And so they should be. And we should be. And, you know, in the hotel, living there are still 81 displaced people. And still there.
Were you on the
But they're
same floor?
sending them home on the 1st of March. But you know, they don't want to go home.
Were
They-
you still,
no,
were you still,
no.
were you on the same floor this time?
No, I was actually, they gave me,
My
this
friend
time,
was still there.
I was on the 5th. Your what?
My friend next door. didn't
Oh, yes, he was.
he? Yeah, sure.
He was, because he was smoking outside on the
Yeah,
outside.
I'm so
Right.
stressed.
And
Like, it's
watching
not ideal,
breakfast
but it is
and
what it
yeah,
is.
gosh. Anyway, so actually we were on the 5th
We
floor.
were on the same.
Six. So I was on the 5th this time, but they gave me a room with 2 beds and then a 3rd bed. Yeah, it was very nice. It was so nice. You really should have. But we invited to our Hafrasha Schala, there were 12 mums and 12 girls that we invited to come and join us on top of our group.
How many did you
So
say?
we took 16, so we're 32. And my Leah Bella had been working and making biscuits and cleaning cars and doing whatever. I don't know how well, but she made £500. And
Wow.
Bathsheba went on the Friday to go and buy these gifts. Well, lucky she did go on that Friday because it was Valentine's Day. And H. Samuels had this stupid sale of these hearts with a little heart with a little diamante inside, like for less than half the price. So she ended up getting 17 and she put them in bags and wrote a note in Hebrew. And she wouldn't actually, she wouldn't do it publicly, so she just gave all of them privately. But you know, it's kind of, and then when we did the Hafrasha Challah, so we did 2 bowls. And so Batsheva took the one for the seed challah, and when she called me, she said, like, you know, when did you do your last Hafrasha Challah? 2 weeks ago. And then she said to this woman from Shlomi, she said to her, when did you do your last? Sukkahs before the left. So, you know, when you bring out the different things, and we see that you're actually forced not to be able to have your own things, right? And I took them packets of these little dolls for play therapy. So they had like 7 or 8 little dolls. And I found out about them needing the dolls through the woman that spoke to us in Neve. It was just bizarre, and you just got to see. And I think that really the one thing that has come out, and is honestly the strongest thing for all of us, is understanding how we really are all part of one place. How is it seriously that each of us, you know, each of us looks at this Bibas family like it's our family. It's our family. This is what it is, you know? And yes, we carry on, and yes, we whatever, and yes, we think about it. But you know, there's kind of like a place that somebody says, and you think to yourself, like, how do we feel other people's pain? How do we feel other people's stomach? And it's only because somewhere in that spiritual realm, there is that deep connection. And then it's funny how we feel so negative. But if you think about it, it's only the people closest to us that make us feel like if you don't care about that person and they've got nothing to do with you, so what? You know what I mean? Big deal. It's like, but when it's somebody that's connected to you, we feel much more pain or irritation or whatever it is, just because they're closer to you. And we're a strange nation. We all really ultimately want the same thing. We really do. What I still can't understand is still live with all these lefties. So, okay, you know what? One day they'll wake up, they'll get a shock, or they won't. Live shit.
And she stood up, the mother,
I didn't hear what you said.
she literally gave this.
I didn't
and
hear.
she actually said, listen, we went in, they don't, she realized that they don't want us, they don't want you.
Oh, yeah,
She's
of course.
saying it.
Of course. Oh, yeah, down to tell
How
So,
do
listen.
you-
Do you know what? This is exactly what it is. And that's why every Jew has to understand, right, that we have to look after ourselves as Jews. And whatever you're going to try and do to our enemies, that you think There are going to be the few. You have righteous non-Jews. They are good people. People make choices. There are many good people who looked after, yes, we can, what's his name, Winton. The thousands roll, Wallen, what's his name? Yeah. All that, there are a lot of people that did huge things. There were people that risked their lives to save Jews, right? And I remember the first time I went to Poland, I remember Tzvi Spurber saying, if a Chinese guy comes and knocks at your door, and you know if he's found in your house, that your whole family are going to be killed, are you going to hide him? Are you going to hide him?
I don't think.
Are you going to hide him? So what? So we have to really understand that this process of where we are now is so much in the dark of what it is and everything that's hidden. And we're going now into Adar. And Adar is supposed to be the time of real simcha. But Adar is also the time, okay, Adar is also the time where we understand that there are the hidden miracles. We understand that really what the thing is that the hidden miracles that are taking place every moment of the day. And my hardest thing was talking to Ava for last Friday. And I came off and Dahlia's heard this about 3-4 times now. And he just sort of said, like, that I just come back from Israel. And he said, and here we go again. I said, no, we're so blessed. I said first, how? He said, I am. Yeah, we're blessed. I said, I wish I could say that. He said, I'm standing here and I'm saying, here we go again. And I said to him, and you know what? I look to see. And then we didn't know how many of these bus bombs had been planted. They said there were probably close to 30. Yeah, 30. Okay. Not one detonated in the time that it was supposed to, which was 9 a.m. What they planned to do. And we've got to understand what they plan to do and what Hashem decides. And that is always, and that's anything that we actually do. What we plan.
Obviously have the answer. It's very worrying that they were able to.
You know what, Denise? Every time they blow up another arms depot, another thing, I'm thinking, how many more? We've been doing this for 15 months. We've been doing this for 15 months. How is it that you haven't blown up everything? And, what did Agam say? She says, you've got 2 million. So don't think that Gaza's like you've got terrorists. You've got 2 million of them. Every single person that lives is a terrorist. Every single one. Every single one is a terrorist. Every Lebanese, every Syrian, they all, Egyptians are, honestly, the Egyptians are, when you think Begin, when you think the Begin sitting with Sadat, and their first peace treaty was like, talk about 1977. We're talking about like this, you can't trust anybody accepting. Now, what we as Jews have to recognize, and this is the hardest thing of all. Last week as well, on Monday, we went to excavation under the tunnels, which isn't under the Kotel Plaza, which is not a public thing yet. I don't know where I found it. We went to, and okay, I don't even know how to find this. Okay, let's open it on here. Gallery. So Monday morning, Monday afternoon, after lunch, we go to the Kotel. They've got this whole, there's an organization that runs the heritage of the Kotel tunnels. If anybody's done the virtual reality there,
Oh, yes, I didn't.
that
right?
was
That's
very-
run by the same organization.
that was
And
very-
then there's that whole building there, and underneath the building, underneath the plaza where you walk, is a new excavation. And we went in. Richard Denton told me about this. We went in. I just saw a picture of another Applebaum and her father. And I'm sure everybody
Near the
knows
Holy
that.
of Holies, then.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is not normal. Okay. So we go into this place, and this woman's talking about the beauty of Bat Mitzvah and connecting us to the land and gives the girls a beautiful bracha and talks to them about this and that and everything. And then, oh yeah, but I don't know so much. And then, no, you're probably under the thing.
That's
I'm
the
over
place
the
where I first connected.
Done,
Place.
done.
We went down. I was pregnant with my first daughter.
Oh, here we go.
And we went in there. We were on a tour guide. And he took this place called the Holy of Holies. Like inside
Yeah,
the
yeah.
wall bit. And we had to. We got to a place where all these women were sobbing. I thought that there'd been some terrible tragedy.
And they
And he
just
gave me a
happened.
sigil. It was like, this is where one prays. And he sent that to me to the men's bit. And I didn't know what to pray, so I just stood there and said the down. And I have never felt the most overwhelming feeling, even now when I think about it. And I know I'm emotional, but this was something else. I couldn't stop. I couldn't explain it. I didn't understand it. I was just connected to the most powerful thing I've ever felt in my life.
It's the water.
So that's the wall.
Inside.
That's by the Holy of Holies inside where you go past the tunnel. So now you can't, unless you're on a tour, you can't go after 9, and that's it. So I decided with all the girls that we're not going to do the whole tunnel tours because we had gone with this woman downstairs and whatever, and the virtual reality, and it was just already a long day. So we couldn't even go into to that area. So we went early in the morning, 2 days later. I took them early in the morning. We went at 7:15, 7:30, whatever. We went so we could dive in there. Anyway, on the Monday, this is underneath. This is underneath the Herodian, the area it's not yet for public. It's not yet for public things. You can't really see, and I haven't got the good pictures. I'm going to have a look and see about. But this woman, the reason I'm showing it to you is I'm showing it to this woman. Okay. Rivka Henya Bas, oh my gosh, why haven't I got it there? Dalia, you're supposed to help me. Rivka Henya, maybe I'll go into the picnics for food. So, last Wednesday night, there was an attack in the old city. Yeah. And her name is Rivka Henya Bas Shulamis. Should know that. Rivka Henya Bas Shulamis. And this is her. And she's Baruch Hashem stable, but an Arab just went into her house. He went into her house in front of her children. Just
that was the
that
48-year-old woman.
but yeah.
Yeah, I read about that.
What?
And that was the woman that
She was the woman that took us.
And he just ran away.
Sweet
Oh,
and idle and love. And she wrote every girl's certificate with the most beautiful calligraphy writing. And she just loves Yerushalayim.
Walked in.
So now I want you to know something. What do we have to do with this? The hardest thing is that everything that we have to do about everything we see is strengthen ourselves and our age. That's it. That's all we've got to do. Nothing else. We have to strengthen ourselves. We've got to take on little things. But tell Hashem we're doing this because of the Jewish people, because we're Klal Yisrael. We've been given this beautiful, beautiful Torah. We choose what we want to do. We convince ourselves why we can't do certain things. All of us, we've all got the different. Everyone. And every time that we take something and we change it and we make it into something we know that Hashem wants us to be doing, we do it. Why? Because if we're given a way to live, and we know that we're supposed to live in it, so it's not such fun having flesh at meals. I'll eat a little bit less, more fattening or your milky cheesy stuff. Yeah, and then you can have cheesecake, but you make part of cheesecake, all the different things. And we reckon, so if we're really that worried about our real health and things, so we'll make a nice big salad, sourdough bread, nice big salad, and grilled chicken, and that's the way but we think, like, why? All the different little things, each thing. And what are the hardest things? And I was speaking to Rebbetzen Zimmerman yesterday, trying to ask her advice on something. She's, Joanne, what would you say to somebody? I said, well, I know, but that's much easier than telling myself that. Right? Because I tell myself that, but it doesn't sound the same. So I'm just asking you to tell me. Yeah? Every little thing that comes our way is something that Hashem is saying, you've got to do better in it. You've got to do better in it. Little things. And when I look at it and I walk through it, and honestly and truly, there's so many times that we think, and just little bits of judgment, just little things that are, and they're so hard because that's real. It's real, but it's hard. And when we make this commitment, and what we are learning to see is to see Hashem in it. We just got to learn to see Hashem in absolutely everything. And sometimes you've got to say to him, I don't know why some people have to suffer. I really don't. I have absolutely no clue. No clue. We don't know why everybody goes through different things. But what we do know is that there's a hidden reason. There's a hidden reason why we've got to be able to say, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I phoned Zevi and I said, Zevi, you've got to go and buy a package of sweets for my man in the wall, and and he says, okay, but tomorrow. And I'm like, no, today. And then I didn't say that. And I said, you know what, tomorrow's fine. Thank you. So I messaged the lady at the cocktail thing and I said, can my son just bring the package? Will you get it to her? You know why? Would I have done that for her if we didn't know her? No. And we don't know her. We just met her. And she just shared her love for Eretz Yisrael because we like that. We like that. And we're going to come to this place. And I was like, oh, I can't be bothered. I've got to do this stupid car thing. Like, who cares? Then the funniest part is that I said, Tulsa, paying this friend of Mayor's brother today to have this car to test drive it. And my husband said that I think he's going. And I'm like, I'm not driving to Heathrow today. I don't have 3 hours to go and do stupid. The car, who cares? It's no big deal. Well, I found a new car.
Oh,
And you know what? It's all, and where do you think these things come from? I said, oh, you better get. I said, look, you know what? At the end of the day, everything is.
you get an AA test, man.
AA test man. My friend's husband got an AA test man. And this is exactly what we said. My friend's husband got an AA test man. And then she told me that the engine went wrong, but they fixed it because they had given the thing. So this one gives us a 3-month warranty anyway. And you can have an extended warranty for another £400, but we decided to find a cheaper extended warranty. You can't make these things up. You know what I mean? So I've got to look at myself and say, what's my value? What's my value? Do I really care? I said, oh, no, I don't want a black car. So, my son says to me, well, beggars can't be choosers. I said, well, I'm paying a lot of money for it. But he says, yeah, but you can't choose anyway. So I said, that's okay. So I'll drive a black car. It's like a funny thing because our head sort of moves in something that says like, and then actually when you recognize and you realize like, we have become so much part of the things of, like, from where? What are we supposed to be worrying about? I can tell you when we stood under the tunnels, we went into the Rodian house, and I was like, actually, I told somebody I hadn't been there before, but of course I had been there before, but I was like, and you're standing there, and there's ashes that used to be a wooden beam when they originally found it, okay, and then it disintegrated. Now it's in a special cabinet. from a burnt house in the time of the Second Temple. And you're standing there. And we're standing there and it's day 500. And John T. Blackman took out, said, oh, you know, something about he only realized, he forgot about the fast. They asked people to fast for 500 minutes. Yeah. Anyway, we also only remembered the fast because we'd been to the hostage tents right opposite was right behind the hotel and we didn't go. But that was my fault. Anyway, in Yerushalayim. In Yerushalayim.
Wow.
On Rehov Aza, right by the Prima Kings. Okay, so you can go. And I'll tell you, we didn't go to Hostage Square on Thursday because we decided not to, but I'll tell you why as well. And here we are, we're standing there. So I said, you know what, girls? What's the time? 12:28. I said, you know, we're going to do our own fast. Not food fast when I saw the faces. No, we're going to do a fast of only saying nice things. 500 minutes from now, I want each and every one of you to focus on only saying nice things. And I'm not going to ask you at the end who didn't manage. We're going to do this together. So there's going to be somebody at every moment that's going to be in their time. So we're all doing it for each other. Anyway, that night I suddenly remembered and I was like, oh my gosh, did we all finish our 500 minutes? So we worked out, we did 532 minutes or something. Okay. It's just a consciousness. And what's the consciousness of? Because you watch everybody, suddenly burgers bars arrive, and you can buy this and you can buy that. And I thought to myself, you know, we have to be very aware, but we can't drive ourselves mad. Right? So we've got to be within it, it's got to be balanced. But that balance has to be that every moment in the day, I'm saying, like, Hashem, I'm finding you and bringing you into my world. I'm looking for all the things that it doesn't matter whether I'm filling up my car with petrol, it doesn't matter if I'm shopping for whoever I'm shopping for, whatever I'm doing, I have to remind myself that the only reason that we are here is because you want us to be here. And if you want me to be here, then there's got to be something good that I'm going to be able to do at that time. And when we see that, it's an awareness. And this for me is also, it's a place of, you know, myself. Gabriel's now, he spent a few weeks here, and he's at other grandparents, but I say to me every night, you're learning, and you have to remind yourself during the day sometimes that you're learning, and you are learning in the zechus of a magen, of protecting our soldiers. Because a lot of them would love to be learning, even though you don't think so. A lot of them would love to. And what we see now of people coming out, putting on tefillin, learning how to make havdalah, making kiddush. Hello? Who are we to say these left-wing people? Those left-wing people became hostages to their ideology. And we have to remind ourselves, and I've been saying this all the time, I've been saying this all the way, we need to be davening for our hostages that are hostages to all the different things in the world, whether it's Buddhism, whether it's drugs, whether it's alcohol, whether it's money, whether it's workaholics, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter. You know, even to our food, you know, we kind of like, you know, we've got to remind ourselves that we are all in some level. And if we can work with that and we can help that, then we can recognize and say, you know what, every one of us has to look around and say, what can I do to make this place a better place? It's such a simple thing. Hashem, what do you want me to do today? You know, that extra 10 pounds that I send, and you know, every day, like, and you're bombarded. And we say, oh, another charity, oh, another this, oh, another that. And then what we don't always look at is, oh my goodness, do you know that means another 10 people are going to be able to be helped? You know, when I see these hostages things, and I took 7 bags of these, 8 bags, I've got another one I'll send with you, of these dolls for the dolls' houses, dolls for dolls' houses, because they do therapy. These kids need to adjust, so and they do play therapy. And you think, when she told me that they've only got 7 dolls and now they've got 70, I'm like, oh my gosh, and you know what it was? 11 pounds, 12 pounds for like $8. Like, what? Big deal. What are you going to spend it on? Right? Literally, I'm like, oh, I'm fainting because I actually took a hooker to bake cafe for a birthday Sunday. And then I took RNC out for lunch. Decided I'm going to invite him out to lunch and tell my life to can't wait. Nearly fainted. Like the prices. Bake cafe, it's like my new best friend. I just love it. I just love it.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
food's yummy, and then the atmosphere there is just divine. Just divine.
You in Israel?
You feel on Sunday, you really felt like you were in Israel. I think so. I don't know what time till, but it's like it's a milky. It's milk. She's Israeli. It's like what I can't wait. Sorry, is to bring Kara in there. We're gonna rock the place. So go, and I'll give you paper towels and whatever.
I'm all over the place.
It's okay.
I just think I'm sort of, I do it with everything. I'm just like, it's ridiculous in the grand scheme of things. The whole thing is in my head.
Yeah, it is. But it's
just like,
been for years
never-
and years
for
and
me,
years,
yeah,
and
it's been
that's
going on for
okay.
years, and now, like,
But that's
and
okay.
then the surveyor came back and said, doesn't like it. Not being able to agree to do it. No, we've got oak trees that belong to the council behind our fence. I haven't seen them. We've seen them once in 20 years. And we've built them out. And just when you think you're going to get there and they've agreed to work, we can't find a house. Then the surveyor and surveyor said, well, what they're doing, it's not good enough. They came again yesterday. Go to a court case. He came for an hour and a half and said, I'm coming back. So I decided I'm going to, I'm going to organise my, I'm never going on a really big trip.
And I'm going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you something. Don't need Pesach to your heading because you will just sell everything. And secondly, if you imagine, okay, that every single time that something changes and a plan changes,
I know.
It's that little hidden space of the fish.
Kitchen and they damage it, I'm going to get
and the fish and the fish under the sea.
I'm still going.
And you look at where the fish are, and we look at the whole process, and we look at this.
And no, I like.
And that's why you get it, and you know what? Sorry, that's why you're being tested. Because of your thing that you like.
With things that go on more pathetic.
No, but
I like.
It's not.
I like
And that, yeah. So you know what?
It's also the whole thing is like we're literally. I can't see us now, so that means if we don't get it soon, it's going to be June because they want to do it.
Well, I'm telling you, you're having your whole house redone.
Well, I am.
So that you can sell it and you'll be buying a much nicer place in Antonia.
We go buy a grass, but I don't know with me.
Well, do you know what? I'm going to tell you a little secret. And this is part of the thing that I really do think where we are. Whatever it is, it's going to be. And Shem is going to say, you know what? Nobody wants to go. Did the Germans want to leave Germany? Did the Poles want to leave Poland? Did the Spanish want to leave Spain? Did Portuguese want? No, because you make it your home, and that's what we have to live our lives saying. This is my temporary residence. But one day we don't know. We don't know that the actual basic place of. We don't know that it's going to happen. That Mashiach's going to come and he's going to spread Eretz Yisrael to the whole world. We don't know. You might have your beautiful.
We could all meet from
Oh,
you
that'd be
should have
good.
seen
I'm waiting
what they
for.
put on TV this morning. They've released a video. That I think it's been done by someone. They're saying that Trump's released a video.
What, how it's going to be?
Yeah, it's actually funny. The news crew.
How many shows of it?
No, there was like this huge golden statue of Trump in the town.
Okay, I'll have
and
that.
actually, it was.
So what?
I was going to see if I can find it because it was the funniest thing.
You know
the
what?
only thing is, I think that's going to backfire on Israel because he's.
Doesn't matter.
It's his
You know, let me tell you something.
what?
Sorry, whatever we do and say, we're wrong.
Funny.
Whatever we do and say, we're
It
wrong.
was just so funny.
And you know, wherever you go and whatever you do, and you see all these things, here is.
Well, it would be quite clever in terms of
Okay, got it. Here we go.
making money.
It's an AI video of Gaza Vision featuring golden statue.
Because really, when you You know, Dubai is way ahead of Israel in
Yeah, but
terms
the
of
next
tourism.
president's gonna come to.
So I'm gonna just share this.
Yeah.
Before you show that, I want to just tell you this. One of the things. Okay. So one of the things that we really understand, and we know that Moshe's birth and death. Okay, at the time of the destruction of the first temple, the Jews were exiled into Babylon, which was later ruled by the Persian Empire. The empire eventually included most of the known world. Do we even hear about any of these people? Does anybody know them? Have they got any ancestors? Is there anybody claiming to go back to say, my great grandfather destroyed the first temple? No. Is there anybody saying that about the second temple? No. What are we saying? Here you've got a bunch of, I've got to just tell them this one, sorry, Dal. Karen Dadon tells a story after the Chagmek while we're waiting for everything to be. Do you think that now? Have I drilled it into your head that you know? Great. So, you know how we often say, like, oh, they're such animals. But you don't even make them. They're not worth the thing of an animal. Anyway, Karen Dadon's telling us she does the Chalamek and she's doing this thing in this. Now, you've got to know Bedouins also. We don't trust them. We've seen this a lot now. And Israel is full of Arab crime. Full of Arab crime. Okay? Central Israel. The Arabs are, it's scary what they're doing now and uncovering. Anyway, Karen goes, she's in a hospital near Beersheba, and she's doing her thing, and she's giving the bracha to us, and she feels these hands aren't one of our Jewish hands. And then she looks at her properly, and then she's like, she's one of these Bedouin things, and she's like, gives her the thing, and she's as if like the bracha, and you should go where you need to go, like as if to, Anyway, and there's this Arab woman standing there, all very whatever, watching her, and she says to her, can I ask you a question? Do you know it off by heart yet, huh? Okay. So she says, yeah. So she says, tell me, why is it that you're the chosen people and your God has made you such a small nation and us is made into big, big numbers in a large, big nation? And she looks at her and she says, tell me, is there more zevel, more garbage in the world, or gold? Good, no? So you know what? And I told this to Abba Pearl on Friday, and he laughed. And I said, and that's what we have to remind ourselves.
Great analogy.
But I added to the analogy. I said, we're gold. We're pure gold. But we're not so pure. So how do you purify gold? It's got to go through a melting process. We've got to take out all the impurities. And then every time I look at these people putting on tefillin, sitting and learning how to make Havdalah, what do you want? I want a Kiddush cup and a kippah. Kiddush cup and a kippah. You've been in Gaza. What do you want? I think this is purifying. This is purifying. And if each of us can say, like, I know what it is. I know what it is. But we're gold. And we are Hashem's gold. And we're that golden link as the woman. And you look at these women, the way they speak and what they say and what they do. And somebody said to me last night, she says, now I understand what it means. That it's going to be the Nashim Tzadkaniot, it's going to be the holy women that are going to take us out of exile. They took us out of Egypt. Esther took us out of Persia. We're on the way. We're on the way. And we are the ones, because we have to understand it. How many times do we see and we look at, we have that clarity. The women have the clarity, right? We don't have to live in the delusional world. We live in a world of reality because we do things that are real. We do things that are real. And I have to tell you now, in a long time since I've been talking since on our trip, Imlo Ani Azmin. So who's going to do and empty the dishwasher? Who's going to go to the shop? Who's going? Big deal. It's much more of a chore when there's all the things, when you think that somebody else should be doing. And the truth is, when we put in a situation in the place of what can I do, then we've got to be able to say, I can do that. And I went and I was thinking to myself, I've decided I'm going to make a little list just to remind myself sometimes, when you think like, of course we can. It's with the help of everybody. It's with the help of Hashem, with whatever. But, I was talking to somebody about the Chalamek. And then I was thinking just a few months ago, should I do this with him? I shouldn't. Oh, please, I've got that. And I thought, I'm out. And then I got a message to say that they booked their tickets. Okay. So it could have been cancel your tickets and whatever. But I said, okay, let's see. Every person that I called to ask to help. And over 1,000 women got to hear her, plus all the reporting. And when I went to, she last Sunday night, she was supposed to speak to us on the Bumping Stuff program, and we got a message her mother's not well. And she was in hospital, her mother passed away that night. The Levi was on Monday, I got to go be Menachem Ovel on the Tuesday. I said, there was a gift from Hashem that I could actually do that. There was a lot of steps and a gift from Hashem. Because she was sitting Shiva down the road from the hotel, did on my phone 3-minute walk, but it meant 3-minute drive. I read the wrong thing. And I walked my walk. I got there, and then I got a cab back, but it was fine. But in between 5 o'clock and 5:30, I got to walk there, be Menachem Ovel, and come back to the hotel. It was like Hashem just pushes these things. Yeah, I got Rebbetzen Altuski came to speak with an hour's notice. I phoned her. She came to the hotel. I couldn't take everybody to her. She came to the hotel. She came to the hotel. Is that normal? Is that normal? 94 years old. And I phoned and phoned and phoned 4 times. 4 times, Sarah. 4 times I phoned and I said, Hashem, this is the last time I can die. Hello? Oh. And listen to this. Humility. The most significant understanding of the fish, the astral sign of Adar, is that fish live their entire lives underwater, unobserved by human eye. Our sages tell us that blessing does not come from something that is under close observation, but only to something that is hidden from the eye. This is due to the direct relationship between modesty and blessing. Remind yourselves, seriously, how I was thinking to myself, a few people that I was going to call. And I'm thinking, ooh, I wouldn't like their response. What? No, I'm really sorry, I'm busy. Don't talk rubbish. You're sitting at your house, you're reading a book, but you know what I say? Sure, I knew a few people that I could, but she was my first. But how many people want to say, oh, I've got nothing on, when you're supposed to be, a sought after? Hello? And that, the lesson, and 90, but she got into a cab by herself. But what did she have to do? She had to put on her shade roll, and she had to change her top, because she wasn't wearing a pretty enough top for the girls. And I'm like, Hashem, look at your children. Look.
She's still
Look.
a girl.
Look.
Like, oh,
Look. And then my friend Natalie was there, so she drove her home. And I made her supper. She didn't eat it. And she didn't do, she's like, I'm like, come on. Hashem, this is what your nation are made of. This is what your nation are made of. How? Right? And when we look at that and we take that for ourselves, and we say, oh my gosh, tiny little things, just put those things in. Teach our children, just like, you don't want to listen? It's fine. But when we put it there, when we say to them, choose to go. You're in a school. Be positive about whatever. Tell people. Tell them about wherever you are. Let them understand that there is a Bibas family. Let them understand that we are Jews. Let them understand that this is not going to always be the best and the easy. Let them understand we can't have everything that we want the way we want it. I have to be honest, as much as all the wonders and the lovely and the everything, and my son nearly fell prey to it as well. It was a beautiful restaurant that they've got. It's very expensive, but actually amazing. And they were going for dinner for their 5th anniversary. Can you imagine 5 years of wedding? It's like not normal, right? 5 years of that wedding. Anyway, so they were going, and Shona, and then he told me how much it was going to cost, and I was like, like what for? And I didn't say anything, but I said, for your anniversary present, instead of buying you something, I'll just give you money to put towards it. Anyway, I'm going to show you their dinner.
Yeah.
Basically,
Where
no?
did they go?
I can't tell you. I'm going to tell you after. What's it called?
Tony Page's
No. Tony Page's investment. It was very funny. My friend says she wants to take me for supper. Should we just go to Tony Page? I'm like, No, I can't.
Where's he opened it? On Whitebury High Street?
Yeah, it's apparently really nice,
Yeah,
and
sure.
he said it's actually nicer than nicer than Ireland.
I went to the Island once.
So I went for
That's what that was, the island
Oh,
grill.
that was the
I
other
went.
restaurant.
So this is starters. Oh no, wait, I've got to do the first thing first. This is the table. I'll show you around.
Went to this.
Yeah.
Oh, your foodie child.
Okay, my foodie one.
Is he a foodie?
Can you see?
Right, yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Set by Mayor Dove. They're home.
Oh, wow. He made dinner.
Beef carpaccio, but
And
that was bought. The
Okay.
beef carpaccio he bought
Oh,
at
yes.
this,
What else
whatever
did
it
he
is
do?
called.
That's such a lovely thing.
Okay. Wait. Sous vide duck.
Oh my
Sous
goodness.
vide breast of duck.
Wow.
Wow. Did he make all that?
Yes. And homemade chocolate souffle.
Wow.
Oh. Yeah, I know you're talking a divine, but hey.
This is like, anyway, bought her earrings that she could change because he didn't spend like a lot of money. And she said they're too bling, so there we go. And I thought they actually quite pretty. And you know what? And I was going to say, anyway, he said, well, actually, I think you paid for most of it. I was very excited because I was like, you know, and these are the things, you know, and everybody's in their own place. Shlomo Melech built his castle. Hashem says, I've given you and blessed you with money. Use it in the right way, right? What do you think our base of Mikdash is going to look? Do you know what the cost of the value of the base of Mikdash and the golden menorah and our Kior and everything? But it's because that's what Hashem has told us to use it for. What did the women give all their jewelry for? What did they give? For the golden calf? Not a thing.
To build the base of Mikdash.
To build the base of Mikdash, to build the Kior, to build the things. What do we do? Because that's who we are in the essence. Yes, they're all the physical things. We have to have physicality. It has to be beautiful. A base of Mikdash has to, a shul has to look like you want to be in it and be there. But a shul, every shul that will go and join in Eretz Yisrael, it's going to be part of the holy walls, is a shul not only for its beauty, but for when people you don't speak. A shul where there's no talking in the shul, that shul will go. The shul can be made of gold, crusted with little diamonds, and if people are talking that shul, it doesn't go with the base of it.
Isn't that like one of the biggest fans?
To speak, and especially during laning. Especially during laning, right? So we've just got to remind ourselves, you know, they're tiny little things that we can all just up our game. You know, you make a bracha once a day, just say Baruch Atah. Can you imagine if this guy sat there not knowing what brachas he's making for Raymond and Amazonas, his daughter says, and he's never made that blessing in his life. But in Gaza, he made brachas because in Gaza he needed Hashem. So we bring Hashem into our food. It's as simple as that. We all complicate. You know, the more academia that you get to, the less you focus on the real. And you can be an academic and you can know the entire Torah inside out, back to front, with all the philosophies of the world. And you know what it gives you? In reality, if you use that learning and academia and everything to become the best that you can do, then great. But if you don't, then it is worth that much, right? So every tiny thing that we do, and understanding and recognizing, gosh, you know, I can do that. I could stretch a little bit more. Okay. It's only part of my budget, but if I go 2% over my budget for tzedakah, it's okay. It's okay. Why? Because I feel the pain. You know, it's okay. What could I do with that? And that's why when I came back and I look at my thing and I think, oh my gosh, this is what you could spend on a meal. That's what you do on a meal. You go and you donate to this another £20 because you won't notice it, right? And that's what we do because that's what we always Jews, because we share. And if you can imagine, you know, that thing that I sent out about trying to help free our hostages and this poor mother and whatever. So what does my friend Shelley Perry say? What is my friend Shelley Perry's message?
Is that what I say?
Yeah, that one that everybody was sending
But
out,
no
and then
one,
I said that
no one updated the date. I updated the date.
he's been much. I know.
And you know what really
Thank you for
gets me?
updating, but it's very
The
bad.
freaking image. It's frightening. When it was on something the other day, and I was like, oh my god, it just looked like that up. It was frighteningly similar.
So we push and we carry on, we do what we can. And what does my darling friend Shelley say? This poor, poor mother. What torture. Even in your own pain and in your own thing, you think about other people because that's who we are. So we're amazing. We are amazing. We're pure gold. We're getting purified. And we're going to be able to be at that place. And we govern, that's what we govern for a first layman. And for a first layman, Leia Bas. Leia Bas. Oh my gosh, help me. Lorraine, Leia Bas.
Who mum?
Lorraine, no, Lorraine.
I'll check on the group. Hold on.
I've got this whole list and I'm like losing it. It's got surgery next Tuesday. Leia Bas.
Ruth or Sarah or Rivka or
It's definitely, I can't actually, but we'll remember. Should have a referral lama, her surgery should go well.
or May.
Tomorrow she's having a double mess. But she's just having a double mastectomy. And
This is like Hannah Malka.
Hannah Malka needs our real fillers. Hannah Malka Nashama Bas Avivadina needs our real fillers, honestly. She is it's not normal. Do you know who she is?
Moshe Ben Menucha.
Moshe Ben Menucha needs refer. Rabbi Stepsky's niece. Do you know Malka's
But the others is not.
Hannah Malka Nashama?
The other brother was there that died, and it's not his fault. How many sexy brothers were there?
Oh no, it's not. It's a sister, Amanda.
Oh, there's a sister.
Amanda Stepsky, Amanda Cass. Amanda Cass. Amanda
Because I thought it was
Cass.
Rabbi Shepard, because I knew the other. I knew
Amanda Cass's daughter.
Admiral.
Amanda,
She said it was her
that's
niece,
right.
so I didn't
Yeah.
know. Okay.
She went to Poland. She wasn't feeling well before. She wasn't feeling great. And she came back. She got this terrible flu. And she was just feeling absolutely awful. And then she got this terrible, terrible headache. And then she said to her friends, there's something terribly, terribly wrong with me. And they took her to hospital. And when she got to hospital, they actually said that she was there waiting, I don't know, for hours, whatever it was. But she was put on literally went into life. And they said, and they actually said to her, if you wouldn't have come here now, she wouldn't be here. It would just be
Terrible one.
attacked all her inside thing, which went into organ failure. And then they thought that it would be like she'd come round after 4 or 5 days, and she's not coming around. Hannah. Her name's Malka. So Hannah Malka Nashama Bas Aviva. And all of Klal Israel, every single one of us, everybody that needs, we should have refers, we should have insurers, we should just really be able to be in a place of. I am going to go to Legends. So anybody that wants to send me names, I'm going to start already making my list so I can write it into and be ready with it, because this is the last time that I'm going to visit our Rebbe at Legends. We have to take everybody to Eretz Yisrael. You know, and really that's the thing that really bothers me most, is that we don't want to turn these kibbutzim into Holocaust memorials, because they're not. What I really do believe is that we should be taking people to Israel to infuse them. Like, why are we taking 3 days of people's lives out to Poland I understand that there's a thing we have to do, but then we should be having counteracting it and saying, at the same time, you come to this, you have to come to Israel for 3 days.
Say that. Apparently, many years ago, when they did the Jewish schools for it, that, they took them to Poland. And they went to
No, so that's March of the Living. And if you do that, that's what they do with March of the Living. But they also do that just for like 3
They
days.
said they got very inspired going from one to
So you can if we do that. But I've been saying that for years. So go to Poland, but spend your shorter time in Poland, and then go and spend time like right now in Israel. Even if you're going and picking fruit for 5 hours, we're giving up to the economy. If we're doing whatever we do, why are people more scared to go, and why will they invest more? So maybe it's more expensive, but I'd rather be putting all my money into Israel and giving to the shops and everything in Israel. Like when people go and buy, like I let people buy me coffees and whatever, but I won't spend a penny on it. Even my toilet thing, I tell them about. You don't pay for the toilet, spend them on it. But you know, and when you see this, so there's the Anita Wolfish, there's the Abba, there's Lily, there's Leah, we met with Rena Quint, most beautiful survivor. She's just amazing. She's only 89, the mother of the daughter. You met her with us, the daughter of many mothers, and she's as jovial as ever. She just turned 89, and she's incredible. She's absolutely incredible. So when you look at the process of this, and it's okay, we don't know what we do. Why? Like I do, I think, why are some people such huge symbols of what we've done? But when you look at it and you think that if Hashem has to give us all these challenges to make us feel that we can do it without, I don't know, why can't we do it? Why can't we be inspired and whatever without? Why? Like I gave, these are still the Hespedim at the funeral. But how does a person, and then you say, like some people say, how does a person get on? But you know what? There's a whole generation. Look at Rena Quint, look at Ava Pearl, look at Leslie. Okay, it's a different one. But Leah Kaufman, Lily, look at what they built. At the end of the day, it's not a number game, but in numbers we're nothing. We're talking about the 6 million. What would 6 million be today? 6 million should be, but you know what? As a Jewish nation, we've diminished because we've got the silent Holocaust of intermarriage. So we're a tiny percentage of the Jewish people in keeping, Torah and keeping mitzvahs and all. Yeah. So the blessing. But we've got to be able to look at it and say, okay, well, what am I going to do now? What can I do? And the most that we can do is make sure that we are just, whatever we have, all the goodness or whatever, but we have to actually get to a space of, it's not just the inspiration, but it's the continuation of that inspiration. And there are many times that we just got to, just sort of like, okay, not so simple, not so easy, but we're going to do it. And that's what we can just like, with our kids, there's no like, it's just, this is what I do, Like somebody said to me, they literally have had a gum at their table, and I can't contact us. It's very difficult now, very difficult. My doll's still needed. I'll find out if the dolls are still needed. I'll let you know. Because Suzanne's going on whenever she's going. Okay, so we should share simchas. We should do good. We should think about all the positivity and all the things. And one of the other things I'm just going to tell you is remind yourself that there are so many thousands and hundreds of thousands and tens of thousands of people that are doing good. We when something happens, we focus on that, which isn't so good. But we actually have to remind ourselves, look at your Rachie, right? And all the different people, like everybody that's doing anything. I was giving a share yesterday, and there's a woman sitting in the share in Manchester. They join on Zoom from Manchester. There's 5 ladies that come on Zoom every Tuesday. And what's she making? They're making hats for soldiers. She's sitting and knitting. They're all sitting and knitting. And I thought, you know what? Every tiny little thing that we do is part of the next stage of the chesed, and that's what our world survives on, is our beautiful chesed. there was a trained, we had speak to the girls, it was like, oh my gosh, her name's Hannah Powell, she's actually a trained medical clown. The things that she told us that they were doing, like, and I've got to find out and remember the name. No, but buying underwear. They were tens of thousands, like thousands of these women, everybody left their house, they didn't have bras. So they called something like, they called the project Hold Them Up.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Sarah, I will see you. You know, so all these things, you know, I'll pitch you later. Everything that we do takes place. You know, and like you think like, well, who needs that? We need arms. No, you need healthy women feeling okay with themselves, having their clothes. My friend gave me 25 brand new dresses. I just took them and gave. My husband does whatever he does, I don't know. And then the fun, she gave me also these what do you call it? All in one with legs. No, but like clothes ones. It's like not pajamas, a jumpsuit.
Yeah.
So she had one to show me if anybody was. There was one woman there that wears trousers and t-shirts, jeans and t-shirts, and she loved it. And I only had one with me to show, you know. And it's like, okay, you know, do we give people things that aren't so modest or whatever? But you know what? It's more modest than half what she's wearing, and it's fine. It's like, and you just when you see what people we have no clue, you know, they're going to have new cupboards because we're going to have worn most of their clothes for 15 months. Yeah. And when you're making your kitchen, I actually, the one woman, I want to see if I can send them an electric frying pan. She stood and fried all the dough. They roll it out and they make a muffletta. So you fry it and then you have honey and then we just ate them. Oh, delicious. But, you know, I don't know. You just like hope that all that bracha and everything that everybody does and puts in is just like, She gave somebody the candle to light in the merit of Rachel Imenu. And this woman says that. She says there's a reason for everything and she's got no idea why. But this girl's husband had just looked at an apartment on Rachel. Rachel Imenu. Now I'm waiting to get the Bible for it. That insane? Yeah. She gave me the Baba Salis to light. And she asked me what's my connection. When was I last by the kever of the Baba Sali? I said, you know, it's insane.